Fashion Insider friends, what is up? This is the Fashion Crimes podcast where I cover all things fashion, style, shopping, style inspiration, and interview incredible small business owners who are changing the fashion industry for the better. Yes, I'm the best friend you never knew you needed and the poster child for fashion over 40, and I mean way after 40. Say it with me, fashion and style are your friends, not your enemies. I'm Holly Katz, your favorite personal stylist, and let's keep it real, the only Holly you need to know. Turn it up, because I got a lot to say, and I am super stoked you're here. I am back from the brand new luxury retail store and my very first book signing at Madison and Fifth on Whitaker Street in Savannah, Georgia. The best luxury retail store on the East Coast, owned by my bestie, and the biggest shout out this week, Chloe. We had the absolute best time selling her fabulous bags and shoes at unbelievable prices, and the crowd went nuts. She had her grand opening, ribbon cutting with the chamber, and party that night at the store. What a success. I want to say how not only was I so impressed with her store and her inventory, but with the community and fellow business owners in Savannah that just welcomed her with open arms and was so supportive of her, coming to her event, sending her flowers, just doing everything they could to help make the event a success. Loving this for her. I was so happy to be a part of it and so grateful that I was invited to come and sell my book and educate a few people along the way. I did sell lots of books, so that was a winning. And I just loved meeting all of the locals and bachelorette parties alike during the weekend. If you haven't been to Savannah, it's such a good time and a cool spot to check out. I just want to give Chloe a huge congratulations, and anybody who lives in the Savannah area or Charleston, South Carolina, or around coastal Georgia or South Carolina, please go hit her up in person. In addition to her online shop on Instagram, she can ship inventory all over the country. So make sure you check out her Instagram, which it is Shop Madison and Fifth, and you'll see new inventory posted every single day. I'm telling you, if you're interested in luxury items, and yes, you are, because you are trying to elevate your style, then this is my number one recommendation to try a luxury product without the sting of regular retail prices. Did you know that one style and fashion sense, or lack thereof, let's be honest, is linked to their emotional well-being? Next time you're out in public somewhere like the mall or the grocery store, just stop. Stop and look around. Look how people are dressed and what they're wearing. You'll see who looks dressed and who doesn't. I mean, like not after work, like during the day. And you'll see people that are dressed with intention and people that are not dressed with intention. Not that people that are dressed magically have their life together, but what they do have is a style put together. One style goes back to their feelings about themselves and the world around them. It could be from the past, from the present, or both. Your self-esteem is linked to how you feel about yourself, which totally dictates your style. I realized when working with clients how different every person was and their issues with clothing, yes. But then I realized they all had one common thread: their self-esteem about how they currently look and what they wear is in the fucking toilet. Some deeper than others, of course, but those who fell way off the wagon, or maybe they never got on the fashion wagon to begin with, we have to start at the beginning. And I mean the very beginning, like childhood beginning. Maybe nobody ever told you that you were pretty as a child. Maybe you grew up in a huge family and you never got noticed, or you were lucky someone got your name right. Or maybe you had extreme financial hardship growing up, so you're very frugal now and you don't enjoy spending money on yourself. Maybe you had a baby late in life and your body didn't snap back. Or maybe you're just getting older and your body is changing. Maybe you're stuck in your fashion comfort zone and you don't know that you're stuck, but you're stuck. In my experience, it's for some reason unbeknownst to me that women, of course, not all, but some women, a lot of women that I have worked with, especially with kids, like to put themselves last on their to-do list, either consciously or unconsciously. Now, even getting someone to spend the time with me to speak about this is bringing up things they don't want to acknowledge about themselves, like how they've changed or how they aren't where they want to be in life, or they place their value on their body weight, shape, and size. Fashion crime. Why do people fight to stay in their comfort zone? I'll tell you why. Because it works and it's easy. Nothing ever worth doing is done in a day or super easy, especially something like your style if you've let it go for so long. Maybe no one's ever told you that your look could use some style improvement or updating, because honestly, most people don't feel comfortable saying that to someone else. Now, we can slice that up in a bunch of different contradictory ways. However, I see it pretty black and white. If you wake up feeling like you're just okay or you're going through the motions, you know if your style isn't where you want it to be. It chips away at you every single day. It's a whisper. It's a push. It's a slap across the face. It's a hit upside the head until you listen. And when you do listen, the sky is the limit for your style potential. Now, when I see a grown-ass woman who isn't dressing up to her potential, the first thing I think of is, wow, she does not have anyone to tell her the truth about her style. No hot friends, no stylish people to guide her. Also, she's also never been shown or taught what to do, which in my experience has been a huge factor for most people struggling with their image. Here's the thing. If you're one of my fashion besties and you've been following along for some time, supporting me, listening to my podcast, buying my book, working with me, following me on social media, let me encourage you to be someone else's fashion hero. Now, you might not feel comfortable doing this, but you need to take what you learn here and try to help someone else. Maybe it's just one small thing. Maybe it's, hey, let me send you this podcast so you can figure out how to get some really good jeans. Or I saw you were wearing boots the other day. This might help you. Here's an episode on how to style boots. It really helped me. Or I know you've been thinking about buying a new bag. I might have some pointers for you. I'm just making this up as an example, but since you look fabulous already and are getting fashion help every week, wouldn't it be nice for you to help somebody else look fabulous? This is how fashion karma works. It is universal law. You can't just be sitting here listening, getting all this fashion knowledge and keeping it all for yourself and let your friends walk around looking like ass. No. Okay. If you love someone and you want to be the best you can possibly be friendship wise for them, and you want the best for them, you're going to help them in any capacity you possibly can. And this includes giving fashion advice to those you love. Like I said before, there's a very diplomatic way to do it. Yes, it's uncomfortable to tell someone they have lipstick on their teeth or mascara running down their face, but they sure as shit are thankful that you did. If I see someone walking down the street who is super out of whack, okay, the first thing I think of is, wow, it's really sad that no one has told her the truth about her image. If she doesn't know, then it's more likely that her kids don't know. Then they grow up and get jobs, and then they don't know. And then they turn into crusty old people who dress terrible, and the generations of terrible style continues. And this is how the cycle of bad fashion carries on. I am depending on you, my fashion besties, my community, the Fashion Crimes Podcast fans and supporters to take a look around at your friends and figure out who needs the most help. Help me help the world break the universal chain of terrible style choices. Either send them my way or send me their email so I can hook them up with my newsletter, send them the link to my book, or try to help them with just one thing to start, which you are totally capable of doing, by the way. It is my life's work to stop bad fashion in America, and you are going to be part of this movement. Oh, yes. Yes, you are. You're in this deep. There's no turning back now. Sorry. So we know why people have issues with their style and why they might be stuck, but how do you get unstuck and develop your own personal style? If you haven't done so already, the first thing you need to do is identify your body type. How do you identify your body type? It's where you carry the majority of your weight, either on the top, your boobs, middle, your stomach, or on the bottom, which is your legs, your butt. That tells you quickly where you need the most support, where the majority of your weight is. For more on body types, please go back to episode 97, How to Dress Right for Your Body Type. Once you know your body type and have the correct fitting undergarments to support that, this translates into you getting fitted for a bra. If you haven't done so already, just saying, then we start to look at things that most people need or want in their wardrobe. Lucky for you, I have created a free wardrobe checklist for you to go into your closet to figure out what you already have off the list and the things that you need to fill in to complete the list. Link to the free wardrobe checklist will be in the show notes. Don't know how your day can get any better. When you get fed up about your wardrobe and want to make a change, you need to look at as many websites for department stores, denim brands, dress and shoe brands, jewelry, accessories, and independent boutiques as possible. You need to then take the pictures of the things that you like and save the images in a separate folder on your computer. Now, I like to put it on a Pinterest board. You don't have to do that, but that's what I like to do. You can just save them in a file. It doesn't matter, just so you can get to them quickly. Once you save the images, say for like a few days or a couple weeks or so, go back and figure out what speaks to you. Pick one item, just one. Maybe it's a dress or shoes or jeans. Just pick one thing. Then you go and try on the said thing. Yes, you can order to your home. However, it's important for me to see it, feel it, touch it, etc. It's also part of the process of developing a style that you don't develop an allergy to shopping in person, which most people have already. You say, go to a store, they just shrivel up into an ash and float away. Even if you don't prefer it, you need to get comfortable with going into a store and looking for exactly what you need. You can say you don't have time, but you will never be comfortable with shopping unless you actually do it without being super annoyed. It is a skill that can be learned just like anything else. Now, you do not have to love shopping, but you cannot just order everything for your whole life and never go into a store again. You can, but you're really cutting your nose to spite your face. You've got to go into a store sometimes to see how things are displayed, get some inspiration, look around and see what speaks to you. Now that you've done your research and you've picked out a couple things that you like, then you purchase a couple things from your images. Then you purchase a few more things, and then you start to get the hang of it. Then, because you've tried a few things successfully, then all of a sudden you don't mind shopping so much because you actually know your size, you know what you're looking for, and what looks best on you because you know your body type. See how one step makes the next one easier? It's a completely brilliant shopping plan. Whatever your style is, if you are going in person, you can't help but to notice all the examples around the store that could, possibly rub off on you and inspire you further. Maybe it is the displays or the people working there or the other people shopping there that you might need. Basically, when you put the energy out there, the universe will reciprocate that and style success. Follow people on social media that inspire you with their style. If you don't know anybody, you have to look people up. Look up Fashion Over 40. I will come up. Fashion Over 50, Fashion Over 60. See what people are modeling for your age group and see what you like. Connect with others about fashion and clothes and make it part of the conversation to learn more. You can do it. Yes, you can. You will soon learn more about what you like and what you don't like. And then after a while, you are soon going to like most of your clothes. And then people are going to start noticing something different about you. You're dressing with intention and you're using it as a superpower to make yourself feel better in life. And it's working. Now, it was a long road in developing a style for me and how I came to be a stylist. I started taking command of my style really in like the past 15 years. I mean, I thought I was super stylish before, but I wasn't. I was the third kid in my family, which any of you who know someone who's a third kid, nobody cares about the third kid. And I had to fight for attention my whole life. So much so that I would do anything for attention, negative or positive. I think really all teenagers go through that on some level, but I really took it to the extreme. So extreme that I started my career in my 20s as a dancer, an adult entertainer, definitely at 19, and did it for a very long time because not only did I feel like I loved the attention, but I just really loved to dance because I've been a dancer my whole life. So it just made sense. With that being said, the attention, the money, linked to all that was really what was fueling what I never got before as I was growing up. With the money, because I never had any money before, I brought clothes, I bought a car, I could pay my bills, and all the things I felt like I never had. My career in the adult entertainment industry, it lasted over a decade. Now, that's a long ass time to take your clothes off, but I loved the freedom that I had that came along with it. I needed a tangible creative outlet, and dancing was that for me. But once I got tired of dealing with drunk people and working till 4 a.m, I decided that I really needed a different creative outlet, one that was more tangible. And when I started to think about what I really enjoyed in life, it was the clothing is what I really reached for my self-expression, because that's all I really could do at that time. When I started getting Victoria's Secret catalogs in the mail, they were selling clothes in the 90s, and I loved going through the catalogs and ordering outfits. And that's where I got my style inspiration from. I really started to see real outfits, professionally styled, telling a story. And that really changed something in me. I started purchasing things here and there. And because I was shopping more and more, I became really good at it, picking out pieces and putting them together. And I was just using those catalogs as inspiration. And I was looking at magazines too, but you couldn't really order from magazines. So I got more catalogs. And then after my dancing career was over, I decided I wanted to go back to college to become a fashion designer. And I was like, if I'm going to be a fashion designer, I just need to move to New York. And then I moved to New York, like on a whim. I had no job, no friends, no connections. And I was like, oh, I'll just make friends. And I had every job in fashion but design, even though that's what my degree was fashion design, which led me to my first real job in the garment industry in New York, where I learned about garment construction and how clothes are made, which led me to my next job, which led me to the next, and so on. Working with factories and learning how much things cost and how they're made, learning about buttons and zippers and how garments are constructed together, I soon came to realize what made a garment cheap or less expensive versus very expensive. Valuable knowledge that would serve me in my career later. After I realized I didn't want a desk job anymore, I wanted to do more with my life than just check emails all day. Then I took some more classes about fashion styling, wardrobe styling, menswear styling, and personal styling. And personal styling, I found that was the most rewarding, where I could really make the most difference individually with people who just really got it. I love creating fashion monsters, people who are so into it that they are now giving people advice about their style. People call me and they say, I can't get any work done. Everyone's talking about my shoes. I had to shut my office door today. Everyone's talking about my dress. I'm just exhausted with compliments. I won this award. I'm doing that. I got a promotion. These are the things that I want to hear. So if that's what people are saying to you, then please email me and tell me about it. Holly at hollykatzstyling.com or Holly at fashioncrimespodcast.com. You can send me a DM, email, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. I do want to give a very special shout out this week to Chris, who sent me a message asking me about white jeans. So we totally bonded over that. Shout out to Kelly and shout out to Cheryl, Shana Tova, to all the Jews who are celebrating the new year. And a very, very special shout out to my new fashion bestie, Tracy. Tracy, who drove all the way to Savannah to the store opening at Madison and Fifth. She walked in the store with my book already in her hand. I was so impressed, and we talked for a really long time about fashion and style and getting to know each other. She has a very nice following on Instagram, giving out fashion advice and tips for women over 50. So make sure you check her out at Tracy Rogers Style on Instagram. We love supporting women-owned businesses and brands, and that's exactly what Tracy is doing, as she is helping the world look more fabulous, one client at a time. Can I get an amen to that? Good job, Tracy. I know there's a lot more to creating a style, but this is just the beginning. Taking the first step is all it takes to get started. This is something that you can do and you continue to do to improve and elevate your style by trying something new. If you just stick with me, you'll be the best looking one out of all your friends. Duh. Just think about it. You can do it. And maybe, you've already started and you're halfway there, but it's never over. When you want to start exercising, you don't work out for a week and then you're done. Style is no different. If you haven't shopped in a while, get out there. If you feel stuck, get out there. If you don't even know where to start looking through websites, go to department store websites, see what speaks to you, see what you like. Don't look at prices, just see what you like. That's all you can do. And then that sets the energy in motion. I'm so proud of you guys. I love it that you email me. I love it that you ask me questions and you send me DMs. I love it that people came to visit me at the store opening, Madison and Fifth in Savannah, Georgia, reselling luxury items. I am super excited. Make sure you please buy my book from Amazon. Stop making these fashion mistakes. By yours truly. It's a quick style guide, about a 15-minute read, that are the most common mistakes that people make when getting dressed every day. Make sure you buy the book, leave a review, because that's what pushes me up on Amazon. I'm so grateful to everyone for all your support. Make sure you give me your email if you haven't already. Send the newsletter to somebody you love, somebody who you know needs fashion help. I'm here for you. I've got some great interviews coming up. I've got some really good interviews that I have in the universe that I have coming up. I made a list of people who I would like to interview. So I'm waiting for the universe to deliver on those. So keep up with me. There's a lot going on. We got holiday coming up, and we are super excited for all of the great fashion content that is free to your inbox every single week. Again, I don't know how your day can get any better. My name is Holly Katz, your favorite personal stylist, and as always, the hostess with the mostest and the only Holly you need to know. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.